Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is take 3 of my completed pages for June 2025. It's just a lot of silly mistakes, but hopefully this is the last time I'm going to be filming this. So let's move on to just 1 minute to review my stats for June. This won't take long. I started YouTube with 1,235 and I ended with 1,272. So that's an additional 37 members. So that's really exciting. Shameless plug. If you haven't already, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button? It would really help the channel grow and I'd love to see you back. On Instagram, I'm still inching my way up to that 1,000 mark. I started with 949, ended with 956, so I had an additional 7 on Instagram. I've completed 20 pages and so excited for this. Whips, I started the month with 44. I did destash a few books, which reduced my whips by 9. And then I completed 3 in the month of June. So I am down to 32 whips. So I am exactly halfway through my whips in 6 months. So this is working out really well. I had 3 buddy colors. 2 are being pushed to July, and the one in Spooky I'll show you in about a minute. So that is it for the stats. So I'm going to move on to show you my completed pages. Okay. The first book I'm going to show you is Spooky by Sarah Shedjic. I'm not sure how to say that. I butcher it every month. But I have 2 pages done here. And all of the tabs I had are gone because of the first 2. So let me see if I can get us to where we have to go. This is the first page I did, and I'm calling this a Little Shop of Horrors page because of this plant. And I used my Ohuhu alcohol markers, Prismacolors, and then I used some washi tape to sort of make this look like wallpaper. I probably should have colored the background, but I just thought that this was enough for now. I don't want to overcomplicate this book because then I'm going to color in it less and less. So I'm pretty happy with the page. I think it came out cute. And I did use some silver Signo for the silverware. And I think that's it on this page. My other one was a buddy color with Polly from Polly Puts the Color On. And I know it's here somewhere. It's, what do you call this page? Okay. I had a little bit of trouble with this page. I like it. I had trouble with the background. So I don't know what I was exactly thinking for a table, but I was thinking of Van Gogh's Starry Nights. It certainly does not look like that at all, but I still kind of think it looks cool, a weird table or tablecloth, but that's what I did for the bottom. And then on the top, I just used acrylic gouache to cover up all of the problems I had with watercolor. And that was the problem with it. So I did use watercolors. I used Prismacolors and Posca pens. And I am going to show you Polly's page right here. Hers is really, really cute. Polly, thanks so much for buddy coloring with me. I really enjoyed getting to know you this month. So that was my 2 pages from Spooky by Sarah Shedjic. Up next is Oceans to Stars by Lydia Fenwick. and I did what I'm calling my pink page, because I really thought she looked like the singer Pink. So I decided to do the pink hair on this one. And for the most part, I sort of like it. Yeah, I'm not going to pick at it. I like it. There are a few things that I probably would change if I could. And number one was the color of my water. I don't think it fits really well, but yeah, it's fine, And I am running out of a lot of my alcohol markers, so they came out so streaky that I had to use like heavy pencil over the top. So I'm having a little problem with my Ohuhu markers all drying out and not being able to get any new ones. So yeah, that's the page I used. Let me see. Oh yeah, so I used the alcohol markers, then I used Inktense on most of it, and then I went over to blend to soften some of the blends with my ChromaFlow pencils. So all in all, I think it's a nice page. Yeah, I like the way I did the water, the sunlight into the water. I think that came out pretty cool. Yeah, so that's my page in Oceans to Stars by Lydia Fenwick. Up next, I have Drawing the Timeline by Daniel Berolsheimer. And did I leave this in? Oh, were these oh yeah, I did 2 pages here, and it was the first 2 pages in the book. So I did the nameplate page, which was really simple. I just did a gray cat kind of to match the background, but still cute. And then I did the first page, and it is Caspar Faber. And in 1761, this is so wild, guys, he created the first and oldest manufacturer of art materials, Germany's Faber-Castell. And it says it continues to lead the charge in some of the best colored pencils that can still be purchased today. So I think that's pretty cool from that far back. But I really like the way the page came out. I used alcohol markers and Prismacolors, and that is it. I don't think I have any gel pen or anything like that. Nope, I think that's it. So I'm really happy with it. It's really a fun book, and I'm going to go in order, I guess, like everybody else has been doing, because it's just really interesting to read throughout, what has happened in the history of, coloring. So that is Drawing the Timeline. Up next, I have Mythic World by Kirby Rosanes. This is a new book to me, not a new book. And I did this page, and I love how it came out. I really, it came out exactly the way I envisioned it. And that rarely happens for me. I know other people could kind of see how a picture is going to look at the end. I'm usually not that person, but this one actually did come out, and I used Inktense pencils, and then I did have to go over some of it. I think I just did the back with Polychromos pencils, and then I put a lot of Spectrum Noir clear sparkle over this. Is this Sophie? I don't know what this is called. Her. All right. And I think that's it. Everything else was the Inktense pencils. So yeah, I really love the page. I really like the red that I added at the end. It kind of draws your eye. I kind of made this, I don't know, let me call him a Bedouin, with some color so you kind of would see him a little bit. But otherwise, I wanted her to be the focus. And that's why I, colored her all in gold and added the red at the end. So really happy with the way it came out. So that was my first page in Mythic Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. Another new to me book is Coloring Chicks by Daria Chakersoy. And I did my first page in here, and I did her. And I am so thrilled with how she came out too. I added this Harlequin kind of wallpaper in the back, I probably should have measured that so that they would all come out square, but I just freehanded the whole thing, and I still am very happy with it. I think it came out fine. And I really love the light pink and the gold. I think her hair came out really well. So I am totally thrilled with her. Now, I use alcohol markers for the majority of it. And then I used my Prismacolors to shade over it. I did try to use some watercolor in it, in this skirt first, and that didn't really go very well. The paper just crinkled up way too much. And that's when I decided to just use the Prismacolor pencils and the alcohol markers because the watercolor paint wouldn't work on this. So I am really thrilled with how she came out. She, again, I probably should have done her eyebrows, but maybe not. No, I'm gonna leave it like that. But yeah, so I am really happy with the way she came out, and that was my first image, and Color Your Hoard June 2025, or CYH June 2025. And yeah, that's it. She's cute. So I think this is going to be a fun book. So I'm really glad I got it. And this is my first Daria Chakra Soy book. So I'm really happy with it. Next up, I have Layla Dooley's Beautiful Planet. And this was one of the 3 whips that I did. And it is, no, it wasn't that page. That's my other whip. Okay. It was this page. I had originally just had the crab. I was testing pencils on this paper, and then I never finished the rest. And I really am happy with the way it came out. He's kind of cool. I looked up some reference photos and found like green and orange lobster. This one I kind of made up because I didn't want everything to be orange. And I kind of downplayed these smaller ones a little bit so that we could focus on those 4. And I think it's pretty successful, honestly. I really like that lobster. So that is one of the whips that I did. And I used watercolors. Yeah, well, I can't have used alcohol inks because this is a double-sided book. So I used watercolor, my polychromos, and my Prismacolors. I needed to get some darker colors and, to cover some things. And that the opacity of the Prismacolors helped with that more than the polychromos. But otherwise, I really like the way the page came out. And got rid of one more whip. And I have one left, which I really, really, really don't like doing this type of image. So this might be a forever whip for a really long time. If not, it might be a abandoned page eventually. But for now, I'm leaving the tab in to let me know that there's still a whip in this book. And that is what I did in Beautiful Planet by Layla Dooley. Up next, I have Mythographic Wild Winter. This is also a new book to me, or at least first time I've colored in it. And I did this page. Now, I wasn't too sure if this was a girl underwater who could breathe underwater or fish that could breathe in the air. So I kind of did it a blue that could go either way, ocean or sky. I'm not really too sure which one it was, but I really like the color combinations in this one. And I used watercolor. I used a little bit of alcohol marker on the gold, and I used polychromos pencils. And I think it really came out nice. I like the pink-orange combination. I think it really brings them out. So yeah, I'm really happy with this page. So that is Mythographic Wild Winter by Joseph Kattenbang. Up next, I have Garden Lady by Lana Green. And I did her. And I tried to match it as closely as possible to Lana Green's version here. And I think I got pretty close. I had a little trouble with this hair because it does have kind of like a pinkish hue to it. And I could not really find a matching pencil. So I think I got pretty close. I went a little darker on the dress, but I think that was my watercolor that I had started the page with. Yeah, it is watercolor. And I used Inktense pencils, that's some various other watercolor pencils, and my Polychromos on top. Yeah, I think that's, oh no, there is some Jelly Roll glaze on the beadwork. Yeah, and that is all I used on her, but I think she came out pretty good. Like I said, a little darker in spots, a little difficulty here, but otherwise, I think she came out cute. So that is Garden Lady by Lana Green. And I got to check off another one of these. So I've now done 8 pages in this book out of 35 images. So yeah, that's Garden Lady by Lana Green. Now the next 2 that I'm going to show you are whips that I'm bringing into July. I hadn't been able to finish them. Let's do the first one is Drummond Vanger. If you saw my mid-month review, you may have seen that I had just based it with the watercolors, but it just looked way too colorful to me. And I was wondering if I would be able to make my rooster look normal. I did start working on it with pencil, so I'm a little happier with it now, but I still have a ton of work to do on it. Oh, this is a buddy color with Christina's Art Corner and Bubble of Coloring. Guys, if you don't want to see it and you have to be watching the video, look away. But this is the double page spread that we are going to work on. And we don't really have a timeline. I think we're thinking every 2 months, but if you can't do it, you can't do it. And I don't think I'm going to be making it because I worked hours on the few elements that I worked on this rooster. I did the red with pencil and the plumage with pencil. And this, and that's it. All of the rest needs to be shaded with pencil. But I definitely feel more confident now than I did when I had just done the watercolor. And I do have a picture of this rooster in real life, and it is this colorful. So it's going to be a challenge to keep making it that colorful, but you know, I think I'm getting there. Honestly, I think, you know, thanks to a few people wrote me and said, keep going. It's going to turn out fine. And I think you guys are going to be right. So I used, as I mentioned, watercolors. Then I used Neocolor 2 for the background, which I still am awful at. So I had to go over the whole thing with my, I think I used Polychromos pencils. Yeah, I just, when I try using my Neocolor 2s, maybe because I only pull them out once every couple of months, they look so splotchy. I could never get it to look like a nice blend. So yeah, I had to really do a lot of pencil work over it, and you could kind of see it. I'm probably going to have to go over that with like a blender pencil or maybe some, zested or something. I'm not too sure if I just need to just do more pencil in the background because it does look kind of grainy. But yeah, I think I could smooth that out in the end. But right now I'm kind of concentrating on some other elements. But yeah, I think this is going to take me at least another month, if not more, because like all this basket, I don't even have a clue how to do grapes. So I'm going to have to look that up. I'm going to have to watch some videos. I'm gonna have to really look at a lot of reference photos. So yeah, so far I think it's coming out pretty well. So that is my buddy color with Christina's Art Corner and Bubble of Coloring in Drummond Vanger by Tomislav Tomic. And then the last one is from Fantastic Worlds. This is also a buddy color with Jennifer. I'm gonna have to put her handle on screen because I don't know how to pronounce any of this. And we are working, and Jennifer, if you don't want to see, don't look. We are working on a double page spread, which I think we're both hoping we can finish this month. Oh, there it is, because it's the only one. And it's this 2-page spread. And I was a little worried when I first did the Neo color and watercolor, and what else did I put on this page? I did Inktense, polychromos, watercolor. I started throwing everything at it, especially this background. And I was a little worried, thinking, oh, I really don't like it that much, the way it turned out. But now I'm starting to really get into it. I didn't want to do black. I wanted to do another different night color, and I thought this dark purple would kind of fit. But I think that adding all this other color is making this fade into the background. So I'm not really noticing this as much as I did when there was nothing else except for this purple sky. But now she's coming out really pretty. I love her hair. I even like this guy, the toad. But yeah, I'm a little stuck right now because I don't know what to do with the cards. I might do like gold gel pen on the moon and the sun. I just don't know what other colors to color these cards. So I may just kind of go look for some reference photos, like of other tarot decks that might have this kind of, you know, moon sun combination. I don't know if I'm going to find anything that detailed, but yeah, I'll see. But I'm a little stuck on it now because I don't know what to do with them. But otherwise, I've got like some things left for the flowers. Her t-shirt maybe needs some more work, but otherwise it is just the tail needs to be darkened a little, and then the cards. So I think I can finish this one by the end of July. So I have some vacation planned in July, but I don't think I'm bringing this book. So when I get back, I'll work on it then. But like I said, I think I'm pretty close. So there we go. So that is my other whip that I'm bringing from June into July from Fantastic Worlds by Alessandra Fusi. Now that is the second half of the month because I did like, I think I did like 8 or 10 pages that I showed during the mid-month, and I will not be showing them again. So at the end of the month, I'm just going to show whatever I had for the second half of the month. And that was around, 12 pages. So that is my June. I have already pushed out the video for my coloring plans for July, and I'm really excited about what I'm coloring then. So guys, thanks for stopping by. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a thumbs up, leaving a comment, or if you haven't subscribed, please do so. Okay, thanks. See you in the next video. Bye.